It gives me great pleasure to do week 13 of the Hastings Report with my wonderful co-host, Leon Pettit. Leon, as I always ask, how's your week been?
Yeah, it's been good, mate. Yeah, finally got back to playing, which I'm sure we'll talk about later on. So all good here.
Yep, certainly will, certainly will. Right, so let's move straight into the SCFL. First of all, 2nd of November's game, which was Bexhill United. There was 147 brave souls got down there. Evan Archibald won it for Bexhill against Upfield. Although 5 Bexhill players were booked, it's obviously a feisty affair. First of all, Leon, any thoughts on another win for Bexhill?
Yeah, yeah. I think I have more to say for the weekend game, to be fair, mate. So
Yeah, all right. Well, yeah, that's fine. That's fine because we're going to move straight over to that. So, but then on the Saturday, they faced Hassocks, bonfire night. Hassocks had 3 of their back 4 out, and Bexhill hit the bar twice. So they lost 2-0, 2 goals from Liam Benson. It's a real shame, that one. Your thoughts on the game, Leon?
yeah, it's an unlucky result for Bexhill. Apparently, they gave Hassocks a good game. I think 2-0 might have been a bit harsh on them. I know Bexhill had quite a few out missing as well, and fielding a few youngsters in there. So you don't know if the conditions maybe played a part, against the more experienced Hassocks sides, but yeah, hopefully they'll get a few more back from injuries and suspensions and crack on. It's sort of getting to that time of year now, isn't it, where all the injuries and bookings start to take their toll. Gets the good part of the season, I like to call it. A few slide tackles flying in those
now,
conditions.
now that you're back, eh?
Yeah.
No game for Little Common, so we'll go straight into the fixtures. SCFL fixtures on the 8th, which is we're recording Monday, so Tuesday. Hopefully this comes out on Tuesday, just before Little Common's game against Crowborough Athletic. Mid-table Crowborough. Crowborough have already played Little Common in the league. They beat them 2-0. This same fixture in the league. So yeah, I think this could be a tough one for Little Common. What's your thoughts, Leon? What do you reckon?
Is it a cup game? Do I see it's
Oh yeah, yeah.
cup,
Sorry,
cup game? So
yeah, Senior Sussex Challenge Cup.
cup game's always a bit form does go out the window somewhat, doesn't it? So you just don't know, do you? But I mean, just looking at it on paper, I think it'll be a tough evening for him. Who
Well, why
knows?
not one-off game, as you say, cup game? Let's hope they can. So then, talking of cup games, then we got on the weekend. So the Saturday, the 12th of November, the FA Vars for our SCFL side starts. So FA Vars second round, Bexhill are entertaining Eastbourne Town in an all-prem affair. Bexhill, last time they played them, beat them 3-1. That was back in September. I've got to be quite confident that Bexhill can do that again. Don't you, Leon?
Depends how many of the regulars are back, really. Yeah, I did have them as favourites to win it, but you just don't know who's going to be out on the day. But I mean, it's a big occasion for them, isn't it? It's the first time they've got this far in the Vars, so hopefully they'll get a decent crowd down there behind them. You don't know if the sort of where they're playing might play into their hands a little bit. They'll be more used to playing at the Polegrove, like I was sort of touching upon this time of year. The conditions start to get a bit more crappy, really, don't they? So they might be a bit more acclimatised to playing there. So yeah, I think I'll go for a Bexhill win there.
Good, right. And then we've got Little Common travel to Wallingford and Crowmarsh. They're combined counties, Prem North side. They sit lower mid-table, quite changeable form. I had a look at their form earlier, but obviously a bit of an unknown that Little Common travelling to. You got any ideas on it, Leon?
Yeah, look at someone doing their research for a change, eh?
There you go.
Yeah, no, I think I see they leak a few goals. I don't think their defensive record is that great, and with firepower, obviously they've got Lewis Hull, it's their main man, but they've got goals throughout the squad. So again, like I say, it's a big occasion, so you think the players will be fired up for it. So I'd go for Little Common to go out their place, give them a thumping.
Good. Well, we certainly hope so. Right then, so moving on to the MSFL. First of all, obviously Hollington. Hollington did not play this week, so we go straight over to Sedlescombe Rangers. Unfortunately, couldn't get past Holland Sports. Holland Sports beat them at their place 4-3. Joseph Hill got a hat-trick, and John Hill for Holland Sports, with Regan Constable, Lucas Zon and Isaac Perrin getting the goals for Sutherland Rangers. That's a real shame, that one, a real gutting one.
Sutherland would have seen, you know, as a home fixture, would have seen it as a massive chance for him to pick up some 3 points, but it weren't to be. But can't really see a lot of, you know, there's not a lot on social media or anything to suggest how they thought it went, so I can't really say a great deal more.
And then we go over to, well, everything happened in this game. Westfield 5, Rotherfield 5. At one point, Westfield were winning 4-0. So a tremendous comeback from Rotherfield. Yeah, half time it was 2-0. Goals from George Landace, who got a hat-trick. Ryan Moore and Warren Pethig for Westfield, with Sam Saunders getting a hat-trick. Nathan Milroy and Alan Power for Rotherfield. You know, Westfield, even at the death, went up 5-4 up, and still Rotherfield came back and equalised. So it just wasn't to be. And just quickly, just to mention, for a Hastings lad who was on loan there for Westfield, Ronnie Austin, who got a serious leg break while playing in the last couple of minutes of the game as well. And obviously, I'm sure we all send our regards, as everyone else does in the league, to the lad to get hopefully back on that pitch as soon as he can.
Yeah, well, it sounds like one hell of a game, doesn't it? If I was Westfield, I think I would see that more as a loss in points gained, to, you know, to go 4-0 up, sort of let them leak the goals they did second half. I'm sure Westfield would be very disappointed. Obviously, they're chasing that. We've got to say that second automatic promotion spot behind Hollington, so that's a slip up. But I mean, it's still, you know, fairly tight, those positions in the top half of the table. Obviously, Hollington are flying, so, you know, still got plenty more games left yet. So
then we move on. Battletown went to Ringman, and yet again, Battletown absolutely stuff aside. 5-1 winners. I mean, this is 6 wins out of 7 now for Battletown. And obviously, as I said, I thought they were going to struggle. Clearly, know nothing. Glenn Carrick got 2. Tristan Mayhew, Adam Robinson and Michael Booth got the goals for Battletown. It's fantastic, isn't it? I mean, they're on a great run of form, Leon.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed seeing it. They're becoming less and less surprising, these results now. It started off being like, yeah, go on, well done, boys. But now they think they're absolutely flying. So got the table in front of me, 18 points now. So I think they're safe. So might as well enjoy. Well,
maybe it isn't safe anymore. Maybe it's maybe they're looking for something else out of the season. You never know.
Well, you never know. It could be a nice little cut run. But yeah, just thinking, because Eastbourne Rangers pulled out the league and Willingdon are sort of, you know, odds on to get relegated, I'd say everyone else is probably safe, to be fair, because normally it'd be 2 to go down, but you've got 1 less team in the league. So yeah, we're talking about Sutherland struggling, so I think they're safe. So enjoy it, lads.
Yeah. Right, so we look at the fixtures. So got fixtures, got league visit, Willingdon visiting Battletown. That'll be on the 12th. I can't go past Battletown not winning that game. I mean, they're the form side.
Can't really add anything more to that. I think Battle will win that easy.
And then we move into the cup fixture, Sussex Intermediate Challenge Cup. Hollington are going to Henfield. Henfield are from the West Sussex Football League Championship. They're second off bottom. Okay, they played 7 games. They've drawn 3 and lost 4. With the visit of Hollington, I doubt that that's going to change. I feel that if that isn't a cricket score, it's going to be a fairly decent score, Hollington's direction. What do you think, Leon?
No, same. I think that's a nice, easy start for Hollington on the way to the final, which no doubt they'll be aiming for. I think they're definitely going to be one of the favourites to win this cup. I think the other teams, really, like Jarvis Brook in the Southern Combination, Div 2, they're top of that. And there are probably a few other teams in that league. It's a slightly stronger league possibly. So, but yeah, no, I think Hollington will be flying through the rounds in this competition.
Again, in Sussex Intermediate Challenge Cup, got Suddlescombe Rangers going, entertaining St Francis Rangers. St Francis Rangers, they're lower mid-table side. I mean, they've lost their last two, so let's hope that Suddlescombe can make that free. What do you think? Am I just being hopeful there, Leon?
Who knows? I don't know what league St Francis Rangers are in, to be fair. I haven't done that. My usual bit of research.
SCFL Division 2.
Okay, so I'll put St Francis Rangers down then. Like I was saying earlier, I think it's a slightly stronger competition, that one.
Okay. And the last one in the Intermediate Cup, got Westfield entertaining Southwater. Again, that's another Div 2 SCFL side. Cup game, Westfield at home. They can score goals, Westfield. It's just keeping them out occasionally, isn't it?
Yeah, no. Hope they've shown they can put in the performances. Some of the results they got, and they were in that league a couple of seasons ago. So if you in the squad might know a few more of the teams, the Southern Combination. So yeah, why not?
That's that. So we're going to go to the ESFL Prem. Postponements, lots of cup games. So I'll just go through the games that happened. So we've got Hawkhurst. We're playing Crowhurst. Crowhurst won 4-3. Anton Neal got 2. Dominic Clark and an own goal, with Hawkhurst goals from Billy Fordham and Mohammed Saleh. This win puts Crowhurst back in the top 4. So good on Crowhurst. St Leonard's Social were entertaining Punnets Town. And well, Punnets run out 9-0 winners. St Leonard's haven't won a game since September, and they've conceded 13 in 2 games. Not good. Craig Norman got a hat-trick. Alexander Burton got 2. Tristan Jarvis, Nicholas Moore, Casey Ham, and Liam Beckett got all the goals for Punnets. In top versus second, Bexhill beat Rye 3-2. Rye's first defeat of the season. Bexhill's goals, 2 from Olafthew Peterson and Liam Richards, with the goals for Bexhill, and Rye's goals from Daniel Kearley and Sam Pesmer. Any thoughts on any of those games, Leon?
It's shaping up to be quite a competitive division. Really, like I said before, Bexhill are a good side, but I was surprised to see Rye lose like that. I think a few of the results shows that on their day anyone can possibly beat anyone in this division. Nice to see Rye Town. I think their man of the match was Liam Richards. He's only got to be 17, 18. I think his parents basically run it. Shane and Charmaine reformed the club a few years ago, so it's nice to see. And I'm pretty sure Liam's something to do with Hastings youth set up. So
nice, sign him up.
In those performances at a young age, you might be one to watch out for in the future. So yeah, well done to him.
Nice one. Right, so we move on to ESFL Division 1. Little Common Reserves beat Battletown Reserves 6-2. It was a fight of the bottom 2 clubs. Little Common were resounding winners, and that man Attilio Field got 2. Nicholas Kavanagh got a hat-trick, and Rise Jones for Little Common. The goals for Battletown, Daniel Turner and Giorgio Wingrove got those goals. And that's the only game in that league, because some of them are cups. Anything to say about that game then, Leon?
No, well done, Attilio.
Attilio.
Yeah.
Lombardo is reborn.
I know his dad, Palace fan, unfortunately, but
oh dear.
Yeah.
So in Division 2, so we got Nordium 75 playing Suddlescombe Rangers Reserves. Nordium winning 4-1. Bottom place Suddlescombe's woes continue. They haven't kept a clean sheet all season. Nordium's goals, Casper Floyd, Dean Hilton Hughes, Adam Page got a couple as well. Big win there. So we go Div 3. Yeah, then we've got in Division 3, Bexhill AAC Reserves playing Catsfield. Catsfield winning 5-2. Goals from Tom Andrew, Adam Barham, 2 from Jacob Jones, and a goal from Greg Potter. Oh, bloody hell, 11 goals in this one. Ticehurst versus Hurstman Zoo. It should have been at Hurstman Zoo, but luckily enough, Ticehurst agreed to play it at their ground because Hurstman Zoo's ground the pitch was unplayable. I mean, what a game. 6-5, a hat-trick from Robbie Hodgson, Charlie Shearing, and 2 from Liam Johnson. And I've been assured that one of them was an absolute screamer from 30 yards. For Hurstman Zoo, the goals from Ticehurst were George Brown, 2 from Joe Kennard, and 2 from Darren Nichols. And that is Division 3. Any comments on that, Leon, or not?
No, I could suggest that the Hurstman Zoo results a sign of a team that's gonna win the league, sort of grinding out those who might not have gone their way on the day, but still come out and win that game. Sign of champions, possibly.
Oh, it's called it early. It's called it early. Right then, so we go Division 4. Suddlescombe Rangers Developmental played Battletown Thirds. Suddlescombe closed the gap to goal difference with this fantastic away win. Chris Ford, Benjamin Linklater with 2, and Ben Savage scored for Suddlescombe. Great result for them. We move on to Hastings Athletic. We're playing Tackaway Reserves. Bottom club Hastings Athletic really made a game of this, but against Tackaway Reserves, unfortunately, Jamie Pelling had different plans. He bagged 5 goals. He got all the goals for Tackaway Reserves, unfortunately for them. Hastings' goals were from Dion Hall, Joel Hennessy, and Dudley Prosser. So, unfortunately, it's not looking good for Hastings Athletic. Wellcroft Park Rangers Reserves won 5-0 against Burwash. Wellcroft made short work of Burwash to go 7 points clear at the top of Div 4. Their goals from George Jones, Aaron Wright, Daniel Welsh, James Burnett, and Benjamin Akehurst. Right then, so we go to the cup competitions. So Hollington's Reserves, we're playing Rudgwick Reserves. Limited info on this one. Jake Buckley got the goal in normal time for Hollington Reserves, but unfortunately, they lost 6-7 on penalties. And on that day, the coach of Rudgwick, Christian Williams, stepped down. So who knows what's going on there? He'd been there 4 years and won them 3 promotions. So, so AFC Bardinians 3, Wadhurst 1. Unfortunately, at time of recording, there's no goals up on the system. So can't tell you who scored. Billinghurst 1. Ninfield 1. I've got that Jason Taylor scored for Ninfield. I'm just going to check just in case because I've just seen my phone go. I did ask Aggie if he did take a penalty. Oh, what? And as Aggie has replied, yes, he has. He took the classy one. So, well, that's, So they won 4-2 on penalties.
I'm surprised you've replied to you.
Ferring Saturday Reserves lost to Tackaway 2-1. So Tackaway go through. Toby Shaw and Kale Hakos got the goals for Tackaway, with Rio Imbimbo getting the goal for Ferring Saturday Reserves. Now we move on to a certain Icklesham Casuals. So no, it's a certain Leon was back in the starting lineup. Surely this can't be a coincidence that Icklesham get back to winning ways. Just to quickly say, hat-trick for Phil Badrock and 2 from Thomas Cumber. Icklesham winning 5-2. Leon, please tell us.
Obviously, it was all down to my presence, making my coming back from injury. Just glad the game was on. Obviously, after the downpours we had the days leading up to it, and it was pretty treacherous getting over there, and it's made for nice slide tackling conditions. Did you ever seen the video of Sol Campbell making a slide tackle and he slides off the pitch into the stands? I managed to pull one of them off at one stage.
Oh, superb.
Yeah, well, lost control really. I wouldn't say it was a good tackle, but no, luckily for us, Beaumont Park weren't really a good side. I mean, to be fair, they're a nice bunch of lads. To be fair to them, but I've been there myself, sort of travelling 2 hours over to West Sussex to get thumped, and for them to do that. And then add the pissing down rain to it. It weren't a fun day for them. So, yeah. And then next round, we've got Eastbourne Athletic of the Mid-Sussex League, which will no doubt be a bit of a tougher challenge. But
yeah, we're at your place or theirs?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So yeah, no, it was good to be back though. It's nice to last an hour or so. So yeah,
and So you come off after about an hour. Was that just precautionary, or were you just shattered?
Yeah, a bit of both for it. No,
Bit of both.
well, we had the subs to use, so manager, took me off, but I didn't care really. I was just happy to
No petulance,
get
no
through. Yeah, I was
throwing the
happy
boots at
to
anyone.
get through unscathed, really. So I was already winning. Had fun watching on the sideline. So there's a nice little red card near the end to add to that entertainment value. Slaps thrown and not quite headbutts and spitting, but
It didn't say anything about that. It's got nothing on
no, well,
the
because
FA
it's
site.
because it was on the other side, I guess. For whatever reason, it doesn't come up on
Oh,
their
that
side. But yeah, one of our
okay.
players is a bit of a wind-up merchant, and this lack was this,
What in your team? I could
yeah,
never
and
guess.
this other guy was biting all game. He was living in the first half. He was a little bit naive. To be fair to him, I shook his hand after the game. I suppose tail between his legs a bit maybe, but nah, yeah, good day at all round. And Brighton won as well in the pub afterwards. See that last minute goal.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you're a happy boy this weekend,
I
right?
was.
Yeah. Right, and so after that, we've got The View Saturday Firsts. Interesting name. Spanked Mountfield United 6-0. It's a Brighton-based side. I'll give it a go now. So Svetozar Popov got the goal for The View, along with Liam Hurley, Sam Hodgkins, Dylan Barden, Luke Kennedy, and Ben Russo.
Mountfield struggled to get a side together for that one. So
What was it?
yeah, well, because it took them ages to confirm what time kickoff was, like the other team to confirm. So you got guys in the Mountfield team that work Saturday mornings that weren't sure. I think as it turns out, a lot of them couldn't make it anyway. But that's sort of the trouble with this competition. You get drawn to teams near Brighton or the other side of Brighton, and you get a few guys that work Saturday mornings and can't make it. But unlucky to my old teammates.
And we move over to the FA Lower Division Cup. Rye Town Reserves spanked Parson Thirds 8-1, 5-0 at half time. So over at half time. The goals for Rye Town Reserves: Ryan Dudeswell, Ben Banford, 2 from Leon Sawyer, 2 from Alex Sarkis, goal for Ben Reeder, Craig Pearce, and a OG. The goal for Parson Thirds from Austin Heyman. All the fixtures coming up in terms of cups. We've got a juicy one that I thought we'd just quickly mention, which is that Rye Town are going to be hosting Punnets Town. So second versus third. Should be a cracker. 12:30 kickoff. That's in the Sussex Intermediary Challenge Cup. That's Saturday. So anyone in the area, please get down there. Should be a good one. So looking at the ESFL team of the week, we've got, obviously, after Punnets Town's great results, we've got a few Punnets Town players in there. So we got Sam Wygard in goal from Punnets Town. We've got left to right. We've got Stevie Wurzel, and not one of the Wurzels, but Stevie Wurzel from Punnets Town on the left. Centre half pairing of Andy McTear from Little Common and Punnets Town's Nick Moore, with the right back from Nordium of Dan Cruz. Yeah, Toby Shaw tackle away on the right hand side with Tristan Jarvis of Punnets Town centre mid. Rye Town's Liam Ridgers of Rye Town in the other centre mid position, with Ollie Peterson from Bexhill Town on the attacking midfield left side. Crowber's Arton Neal and Nick Kavanagh from Little Common make up the front two. Well, as we know, there's a bag of goals in that side. Any thoughts other than that, Leon?
Nah.
Well, thanks as ever, Leon, for this. That was the week that was, and I'll see you next week.
I'll see you next week.